Hello everyone, I'm Sarah, Rich Textures Crochet, and welcome. Today we're going to be learning how to make the Tea Party Dishcloth. This is a pretty dishcloth pattern. It's fairly simple to work. It features a double-sided texture, and I've worked some color stripes into it here that you can adjust as you wish. It features a delicate picot edging just to sort of finish it off. The dishcloth itself is quite simple and fairly quick to work. I am working my dishcloth in a 100% cotton yarn. I'll be using the Dishy yarn by Knit Picks and We Crochet in two different colors. Today I'm going to be working with this green color as well as this off-white swan color. Along with your yarn, and again, you'll need about 120 yards or so per dishcloth divided in two colors. Along with the yarn, you're going to need a 5mm or an H8 crochet hook and a copy of the free written instructions, which are on my website and free to follow along, which is linked down in the description of this video. So thank you so much for joining me. While you're here, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around. This channel is updated every single week with free crochet patterns and stitch tutorials. Let's grab our hooks and yarn and get started. Now our dishcloth today is worked in rows. My finished dishcloth measured approximately 8.75 inches by 8.75 inches. So we're going to start with a color A, and you're going to make a slip knot. You're then going to work a foundation chain, and for our pattern today, you're going to need an even number of stitches. For my dishcloth, I chained 34 stitches. Once you have that foundation chain worked, you're going to begin row 1 by working into the second chain from your hook, and into this second chain you're going to work 1 single crochet followed by 1 double crochet. You're then going to skip the next chain, into your next stitch, work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Skip the next chain, single crochet and double crochet. You're going to repeat this all the way across until 2 stitches remain. At the end of row 1, you have 2 stitches remaining. You may find that you need to stretch out your foundation chain again if it's gone a little wonky. And you're going to finish off the row by skipping that next stitch, and then into your final stitch, work 1 single crochet. Chain 1, turn your work. Now for row 2, beginning in that first stitch, your chain 1 does not count as a stitch. So into the first single crochet, you're going to work 1 single crochet followed by 1 double crochet. Skip the next stitch, which is a double crochet stitch, and into your next stitch, which is your single crochet, work 1 single crochet followed by double crochet. You're going to repeat this all the way across. Skip the next stitch, into your next single crochet, followed by double crochet, all the way across until you have 2 stitches remaining. Now in my pattern, I did switch to a different color at the end of row 2, so I'll show you how to do that when I come across. At the end of row 2, you have 2 stitches remaining. Into this final stitch, we're going to switch to our color B. So with your color A still on your hook, in your final stitch, insert your hook, yarn over and drop a loop. You can then drop your color A, pick up your color B, place it on your hook, and pull through. Now I'm going to be leaving my yarn attached, the non-working yarn, and I'm going to carry it up the side. Because I'm putting an edging on it, I can then hide any tails or any loops or strands that are still exposed at the end. So the other option is you can fasten off and weave in your tails if you'd like. I'm just going to leave it attached. So I'm going to chain one, working around those threads just to bring them up the side a little bit, and turn my work. My color B tail here, I'm going to work over top of it just so I don't have to go back and tuck it in too much later on. Just saves me a little work at the end. For rows 3 and 4 with color B, we're simply going to repeat our row 2. So into this first stitch at the base of your turning chain, work 1 single crochet and 1 double crochet. Skip the next stitch, single crochet and double crochet. Skip the next stitch, single crochet and double crochet. Repeat that all the way across until 2 stitches remain. You're going to finish off by skipping the next stitch and then working a single crochet into that final stitch, chain 1, turn your work. Now in this pattern, I changed color after every 2 rows. So at the end of my row 4, I simply picked up my color A, which is down here on the side, just as I did when I added the color B, and then continued working in my color A. You're going to work a total of 24 rows. You're going to finish off working a final row in your color B, and at the end of that row you'll have completed your dishcloth, except for the edging, which we'll do together. Now if you find at the end of row 24 you don't have a perfect square, or it's not quite the size that you would like, simply work more or less rows to get it the right size. If you wish to follow along again with these instructions, then you can head over to richtexturescrochet.com, linked in the description of this video. There's a direct link to the free pattern and you can check it out there. But for now, from this row 3 all the way through to 24, you're going to repeat your row 2, switching colors every 2 rows. And then meet me back here at the end of row 24. Now I am here at the end of my row 24. And what I'm going to do at the end of row 24 is switch back to my color A. And at this time you can then fasten off that color B. I'm going to be working my edging for my dishcloth in color A. And for the edging, we're going to work 2 rounds. The first round with your color A, chain 1 and turn your work. We're now going to work 1 round of single crochet stitches all the way around. So we're going to start by working 3 single crochet stitches into this first corner stitch. We're going to be working single crochets, 3 single crochets into each corner. You're then going to work 1 single crochet all the way across in each stitch, all the way across the top. Once again, I'm just working over the tail of my color B just to tie it in here a little bit as I go. So we're single crocheting all the way across till 1 stitch remains at the end of this row. Once you come all the way across, you're going to work 3 single crochet stitches into this corner stitch. Turn your work now so that you're working along this rough side. Now what we're going to do is we're going to be working evenly across this rough edge. And we're going to want to have the same number of stitches here across the top. So I started with 34 stitches across the top, or 34 change, which means 33 stitches. So through here, I want to work a total of 31, because then on my 2 edges, it's going to give me a total of 32 and 33 in my next corner. So we're going to work 31 single crochet stitches evenly down the side of your dishcloth. You'll want them spread fairly evenly all the way across to the next corner, and then into that corner stitch, you're going to work a total of 3 stitches into the corner. You're then going to turn your work along the bottom, and then work the same number of stitches all the way across on the opposite side. On these sides, you'll want to have an odd number of stitches in total, so that's going to help us work our final round of edging. So continue working your single crochet edging all the way around. Once you come all the way around, working 31 single crochets plus 3 in each corner along each of your sides, you're then going to join with a slip stitch into the top of your first stitch. Continue working in the same direction, and for round 2 of your edging, you're going to chain 1, single crochet into the same stitch as joining, and work 1 picot stitch. To work your picot in this pattern, we're simply going to chain 2. Sometimes people will chain 3. I'm just going to do chain 2. And then you're going to either slip stitch back into the first stitch, or just, sometimes I like to go through the top of the single crochet down below. It makes just a little bit of a tighter stitch. You're then going to be at your corner stitch, and into your corner stitch, you're going to work 2 single crochet stitches, then picot, and single crochet back into the same corner stitch. We're then going to single crochet into our next stitch, followed by picot. Now that we are around our corner, we're going to single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches and then picot. We're going to do this all the way across, single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches and picot all the way across to our next corner. And then when we come to our next corner, we're going to work it exactly the same way as our previous corner. So we're going to repeat that 2 single crochets, picot, single crochet into your corner stitch. You're going to repeat this all the way around until you come back to your first stitch. Again, the written instructions are on richtexturescrochet.com, and this is the Tea Party dishcloth. So I'm almost all the way around here, having worked my picot edging. You're going to finish off with a single crochet into the final stitch, and you're then going to join with a slip stitch into the top of that first single crochet. At this time, you can fasten off and then take your yarn needle and simply tuck in that end And if you have any other ends that are still exposed there, you'll wish to tuck in those as well. Trim off any tails. And then that is it. That is all there is to working your Tea Party dishcloth. So thank you so much for joining me. Once again, I invite you to subscribe, take a look around. This channel is updated every single week. Enjoy your new dishcloth, and I look forward to seeing you again next time. Until then, happy crocheting. Bye.